Hey guys, welcome back. For today's video, I'm going to be showing you what I bring with me on all of my freelance makeup appointments. So I'm going to show you inside my freelance makeup kit. If you're new to my channel, I am a professional makeup artist. I started freelancing in October of 2018, so I'm pretty new to it. You'll notice that my kit is a little bit smaller than other people's kits. I'll talk a little bit about why that is in the video. I've been doing it for less than a year now and I absolutely love it. And I thought you guys might be interested to see what I bring around with me to all of my appointments. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up so that more people can see it too. And let's get into the video. Okay, so before we start going through everything that's inside my bag, I just wanted to show you the outside of my kit. So this guy right here is from this brand right here, and I got it off Amazon. So if you are interested in picking this up, it comes in 3 different sizes. There's this one, there's a smaller one, which I think would be really nice for personal use, and then there's a bigger one of these as well. I will leave a link for those down below, and you can go and shop this bag if you want to. So it has this really nice zipper that goes around the outside. I really like the zipper. It's very good quality. It moves really easily and seems like really sturdy. And then it has this handle on the top here for me to carry it with. There's also a little section on this part of the bag where you can put that on like a little rolly suitcase or like another kind of like rolly bag so that it's more portable that way as well. And yeah, that's the outside of my bag. So let me show you now what's inside. My kit is a lot smaller than a lot of the other kits that I see people using. When I first started freelancing, I was borrowing my girlfriend's kit, and she has a Zuka case, which is a really popular makeup case that people use for freelance. It's on wheels. It's kind of like a little carry-on suitcase style where it has wheels and you can drag it by the handle. I hated using that. I felt like it was super heavy, and I am running all over the city on the subway when I am freelancing, and bringing that huge kit with me everywhere and dragging it along the sidewalk in the snow in the winter just seemed totally impractical for me. So I wanted to have a smaller kit that was more compact, easy to transport, and fit everything that I needed. So I've been using this kit since December and I am totally in love with it. It has space for everything that I need, and whenever I buy new things for my kit, they just continue to still fit in here. So for now, this is what I'm using and it's working really well for me. This is just put back in here from the wedding that I did on Saturday. So I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling things out to show you guys what I keep in my freelance makeup kit. So I'm just gonna start in this corner up over here. So over here I have some bubble wrap, and inside the bubble wrap I have some powders. So these are my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powders, 1, 2, and 3, which is all of the colors that the powder comes in. And I keep them in this bubble wrap because Charlotte's powders are notoriously delicate. She doesn't use any binders in her powders. They don't pass the drop test, so they're quite fragile, especially once they start to get down to the pan and there's less product in here to kind of hold it all together. They can be really delicate. So I keep them in the plastic wrap to try and make sure they don't break on me. And then also in that bubble wrap, I have the Charlotte Tilbury blush in the shade Sex on Fire. So I really like this blush. I have it in here because it's more rosy than the other blushes that I have in my kit. You get a really nice sort of light rosy color and a deeper rosy color in the center there as well. So it's really versatile, works on almost any skin tone, and is different from the other blushes that I'm gonna show you later. Right beside that, I have this guy right here. So this is a highlighter from MAC in the shade Lightscapade, and this is more of a natural highlight. So this guy right here is for people who don't want a really dramatic looking highlight. They just want something soft, maybe someone who's getting headshots taken or someone who has more mature skin. So I'll go ahead and use this as a more sort of subtle highlighter. on people who are looking for that kind of look. And then also in here, I keep this little eyeshadow primer. This is from the brand Laura Mercier. I really like this eyeshadow primer. I feel like eyeshadow blends really nicely over top of it. It increases the pigmentation of it, and it helps keep those shadows in place for a lot longer. And I have this in the shade Flex. Right here in this compartment, I have my foundations. So the foundation that I use in my kit is the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder foundation. I use this foundation for a couple of reasons. I really love it, first of all, on myself. I really love working on it for clients. I find it works for all skin types. It gives a really beautiful skin-like effect. It is a light to medium coverage foundation, so it's very buildable. So anybody who's looking for a more full coverage look to their foundation, I can build it up, but most people are looking for lighter, more natural coverage, and that's what this foundation gives you. I also really like it because of the size. So it's really compact. I can fit a lot of them in this tiny little space right here. And it's also plastic. So it's really lightweight. It's not weighing down my kit, and they are not going to break as things are sort of moving around and traveling around with me throughout the day. So I have this foundation in 5 different shades. I have 2, 3, 5, 8, and 10. So if this foundation doesn't match someone, then I'll just go ahead and mix them together to create a custom shade for whoever I'm working on. And there's actually been a couple of instances where number 2 was too dark for someone that I was working on, so then I just mixed it with one of my concealers instead, and I'll show that to you guys when we get there. I also have in here my Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow Primer. It's really glowy. It gives a soft focus effect to the skin, so I like to use this on people who have more dry skin or people who are looking for a really glowy complexion. I'll go ahead and use this as a primer underneath the Light Wonder foundation. Right next to the foundations, I have this little bronzer. So this is from the brand Nude by Nature. I believe this is an Australian brand that they recently started selling in Shoppers. I like this bronzer and keep it in my kit because it's quite warm. So even though it's shade number 1, it's quite dark. So I like this to have this in here to use on a more medium skin tone, or I'll use it on more fair skin tones if I want them to look really beachy and summery and have more of a warm glow to their bronzer. And this is a loose bronzer as well, which is really cool. This is also sort of a sample size, like a travel size product, so I like how small and lightweight and compact it is. So that's why I have that in here. I also have this little guy in this compartment. So I actually got this for Christmas from my mom. I think she meant for me to use it for myself, but it's come in handy a lot having it in my kit. So inside here I have some little bobby pins of different sizes and some hair ties. So if I'm working on set, doing hair touch-ups, or if someone needs to pin back their hair while I do their makeup, or for whatever reason, this has come in handy for me quite a few times. Again, really nice and small and compact, and then I know that everything that I need for hair is right in this little container. Right here I have a few of my Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow palettes. I've been working with Charlotte Tilbury for over 3 years now, so I'm really love working with her eyeshadows. So these are all little quads. That's Exaggerize right there. Here is Golden Goddess and Vintage Vamp. I keep these in here. Again, they fit perfectly in my small little case, and I have a really wide variety of shadows. I've got 10 of those little quads in here, so lots of variety to choose from, and they take up a really small amount of space in my kit. Right here, I have some cream shadows, so I absolutely love these products. I use them as bases. I have them in a few different colors. These are the Eyes to Mesmerize, again from Charlotte Tilbury. You guys will see the majority of my kit is from Charlotte Tilbury because I work with the brand and I really love her makeup and I use it myself. So I really like working with it. I also had a lot of Charlotte Tilbury makeup sort of as extra extras when I started freelancing from gratis that I had received from working at the counter. So I was able to kind of stock my kit up at the beginning with a few different things that I already had. Like this highlighter, for example, I don't ever use, but it works really nicely for more medium to deep skin tones. So I was able to add that to my kit. And that was something that I didn't have to buy. These are amazing. So I have these in the color Jean, which is a really pretty kind of champagne-y color. I have Bet, which is more of a true gold. And then I have rose gold as well, which was limited edition, really hard to get your hands on. So I do have that in my kit. And then also in this compartment, I have a little travel size of Magic Cream. So Magic Cream is so beautiful to put underneath makeup. Anything that you put on top of it is gonna look absolutely stunning. So I use this as a moisturizer and primer in my kit. And what I do is I just carry around this travel size, and when I use it up, I'll just go to the larger size that I have in my bedroom and just refill this container so that I don't have to carry around the full-size Magic Cream with me everywhere. That takes up a bunch of space. This way it's nice and lightweight and compact for my smaller sized kit. In this next section here, I have mostly tools and then sort of other little things that don't fit elsewhere. So these are two little cream blushes. These are from my friend's brand. So my friend started a brand. It is called Catherine Isabella. I will leave a link to the website down below if you guys want to check it out. But these are some of my favorite products from the line. So these are little cream blushes. I have this really pretty sort of deeper red shade and then this peachy pink as well. So I use these as cream blushes. You can also sort of dab a little bit onto someone's lips if they just want sort of a touch of color on their lip. Really nice, and creams are really nice for, again, people with more dry skin, more mature skin, people who want a glowy look. So basically most of the makeup that I do. I have my Charlotte Tilbury pencil sharpener. This is the best pencil sharpener ever. Works really nicely with her pencils. I have a lash glue. So this is the Duo lash glue. I have the white / clear one. I really like using the squeezy lash tubes in my kit. They are more hygienic, I feel, than brush-on lash glues. And I like to be able to put a lot of glue onto people's lashes so that they stay on. I am paranoid about people's lashes popping off after they leave me, so I really like to load them up with glue, and this one works well for that. I also have a couple of gel liners in here, so I do prefer to use gel liner on people. So I have a black one from Bobbi Brown and a brown one from Maybelline. The lash curler that I have in my kit is just one from Revlon that I bought on Amazon. I have a little pair of scissors so that I can trim lashes or trim anything that needs to be trimmed. At the wedding I did on Saturday, the bride had one really random long lower lash, so I was able to trim that so that it matched. And then also in here I have my concealers. So I have a couple of different brands for a concealer. I started off with these SMASHBOX concealers and then I didn't really love them. But as I've been using them more, I find that I do actually like them. I don't know, I guess I just wasn't used to working with them at the beginning. So these are SMASHBOX Studio Skin Flawless 24-Hour Concealers. I have the shade Light Neutral and Light Medium Warm. So I use those. And then when I was buying more concealers for my kit, I was really enjoying the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Away Concealer at the time. So I decided to go with these ones. And I tried to just pick shades that were different than these two, obviously. So in this concealer, I got shade number 1. So like I was saying before, if my number 2 foundation is too dark for anyone, I'll just mix in some of this concealer or just use this concealer as foundation. I have done that a couple of times. So I have shade 1, 5, which is the one that I use the most often, 8, and 14. And then the last thing in here is a little pair of tweezers that I can use for tweezing, putting on lashes, plucking out stray brow hairs, whatever the case may be. Okay. In the next little compartment here, I have some sort of squeezy tube products. So this is a really nice lip balm. I really enjoy this. It makes your lips super soft very quickly, just sort of a one application kind of thing. This is the Bioderma lip balm, I guess. I got this on Amazon. I'll leave a link for it down below if you're looking for a good lip balm. I love this. So I bought a squeezy tube so that I can keep it sanitary for people. I have another primer that I bought in here for maybe someone who doesn't want super glowy skin, or if someone has more oily skin. This is the Nourishing Primer from Makeup Forever. I really enjoy this primer. It sinks into the skin really quickly and doesn't leave sort of any kind of residue on top. And it just makes the skin look and feel really nice and soft and sort of hydrated without being oily, if that makes sense. Lightweight, I guess I should say. Here I have some products that I love working with. These are the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour Wands. So I have these in both shades, the fair medium and the medium dark. And then I have the Spotlight highlighter as well. This is the original one in the champagne color. This is a super reflective highlighter, so if someone wants to be really glowy or I want to give a more dramatic highlight, then I'll use this as usually a base and then go over top with a powder highlighter. Next up, we have some sort of miscellaneous products. So here I have my Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow palette. So a really nice bronzer that's very buildable. It's not too orange, it's not too gray. So I can use this for bronzing and contouring. And then there's a really nice pretty champagne highlighter in here, better for more fair to medium skin tones. I also recently purchased and added to my kit one of Charlotte Tilbury's Hollywood Flawless filters. So this is one of my favorite Charlotte Tilbury products. This is a complexion booster. So you can use this in a bunch of different ways. You can wear it alone all over the face for a super glowy, almost wet look to the skin. You can almost replace a foundation with it. It's not gonna add coverage, but it is gonna give that really glowy, editorial sort of effect to the skin. You can mix this with foundation. So sometimes if people want a really, really sheer foundation, I'll mix this with my Light Wonder foundation to sheer it out and give it a little bit of extra glow. You can mix it with a matte foundation to make your matte foundation more luminous. You can wear this as a highlighter. So this is really pretty for photo shoots, tapped onto the high points of the face, like the tops of the cheekbones and the forehead, for a really pretty glow to the skin that isn't sparkly. So I really, really love this product. I bought this for a photo shoot and I've used it quite a few times since then. So for brow products, I do like to use a pencil. The one that I'm using currently is the Charlotte Tilbury Brow Lift. So I have this in 3 shades, Supermodel, Rita, and Grace K. I also want to pick up Brooke S, but I haven't gotten around to it. So that's sort of a triangular shape, so it's really easy to fill in any gaps in people's brows and get them on there really quickly. There's a spoolie on the other side as well. And then I use the Charlotte Tilbury Brow Gel. So I have this in 2 different colors right now. I have Supermodel, which is a dark brown, and then clear as well. The clear brow gel is really important. I use that when I'm doing makeup for men when they're getting headshots done, or just to set someone's brows if they want a really, really soft brow. It's nice to have a clear brow gel to set with instead of a tinted one, which is gonna make it look a little bit more dramatic. And then in this last section over here, I have a few different things. This mascara I think is empty, so I need to get rid of that. And then it's mostly just lip products here. So I have a lip palette. This is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 Charlotte Tilbury Matte Revolution lipsticks. So I have a nice variety of colors in here. I need another one of these cases for all of my kissing lipsticks, which is more of a satin finish lipstick from Charlotte Tilbury, but Makeup Forever never has this in stock at their pro store, so I am just waiting to pick up another case like this to fit in here as well for some other lipsticks. I do have a couple of Kissing Formula lipsticks in here that I couldn't be without while I wait for my palette to come in. So I have the shade Penelope Pink, which is a really pretty pinky nude. And then I also have the shade Stoned Rose, which I love, a rosy sort of peachy color. I also have a few different lip glosses. So I have a couple of NYX Butter Glosses. These are in the shade Tiramisu and Creme Brulee. So Creme Brulee is a really pretty sort of nude gloss. Oh, it's getting so dark. I hope you guys can still see everything. And then Tiramisu, a little bit of like a darker pinky color. Really pretty. I also have my favorite lip gloss. This is the Glossier Clear Lip Gloss. I love this gloss. I use this one most of the time. I have a darker lip gloss in here as well. This is the shade Unleash Me from Charlotte Tilbury. So it's a really pretty kind of berry colored gloss. Really nice all over the lip by itself or over top of a darker lipstick. And then I have a little Bobbi Brown lipstick in here as well that I've never used. Just a really pretty sort of true red with more of a hydrating finish, just to have a red in there. I do have some other reds in my other formula of lipstick, so once I have another palette, I'll have some more reds in here, but I just threw this one in here for now, just in case someone wants a red while I wait for one of those palettes to come in. Okay, let me spin this around. So the way the kit is built, you can customize the shape of all of the compartments. So these little guys right here, they pull out and they go back in, obviously. And so you can create your own little boxes in the shape and size that you want. The lid is also really nice storage in the case as well. So it comes with this nice covered part. So you could keep brushes and stuff in here, but I use this for my pencils. So on this side right over here, I have all of my different lip liners. This is a little spatula to use with my metal palette. I have my business cards in here as well. My girlfriend made my business cards for me and I really love them. This is what they look like. I have a couple little travel sizes of mascara that I'm using right now. I get a ton of these, so I just use these because they're small, but also like to save money. The ones I have in here right now are Charlotte Tilbury Legendary Lashes Volume 2, and then this one is from Trish McAvoy, High Volume Mascara in Jet Black. So I just have a couple different little mascaras in there. These are pencil eyeliners, so I have a few different colors of the Charlotte Tilbury Rockin' Cold pencils right here, just in case people want a colored liner. I also have black, and I recently used up my brown, so I need to put my brown back in here as well. The case has these nice little straps on the side that keep the lid up. So as I'm working, I have this all accessible to me. Like, obviously you can unclip them and the lid will lie flat, but it's really nice to sort of be able to adjust it and have access to everything in these little compartments as well, because then I don't have to pull them all out. They can just live in there while I'm working. And then there's this nice little zipper on the side here, so I'm gonna unzip that and just pull out. This is where I keep all of my palettes. So palettes of all sorts, apparently. I have a metal palette that I can put things on to keep them sanitary. So like I'll put eyelash glue on here before I dip the lashes in. I'll put mixed lipsticks if I'm creating someone like a custom shade of lipstick, or I'll use my little spatula to scoop the lipstick out of the palette and then onto this palette so that I can go in with my lip brush, just for keeping things sanitary. And then I have a few different other little eyeshadow palettes and things in here. So I have my Urban Decay Naked Basics palette. So just a few different sort of subtle lid colors, crease colors, and a black eyeshadow. I have this Z palette with some single shadows and the rest of the blushes that I use. So I have my Sex on Fire from Charlotte Tilbury blush, and then I have these two Makeup Geek blushes. So this one is in the shade Hanky Panky, and it's a really pretty sort of blue-based bright pink. And then I have this one in the shade Infatuation, which is peachy. So a peachy, a pinky, and a rosy blush I feel like is all you really need for blush. You can mix them if someone wants a little bit less pink or a little bit less peach. These are single shadows from NARS, so are these ones as well. And then these are some little single Makeup Geek shadows that I use as well. So these are all magnetic and they just pop right into this little palette, which is nice. And it's clear on top, so if you have multiple palettes you can see what's inside. I also have this in here. So this is my Charlotte Tilbury Glowgasm face palette in the shade Lovegasm. So this is a beautiful highlight palette and bronzer for deeper skin tones. Okay guys, so that's everything I have in my freelance makeup kit. When I go to jobs, I bring my little case with me, and then I also bring my backpack. And in my backpack I have all of my sort of sanitation products and like other things that I need. So in there I have makeup remover wipes, micellar water, cotton pads, mascara wands, lip wands, my brushes. I'll bring a roll of paper towel, setting spray I have in there. And then yeah, I can carry all of that in my backpack. Then I have my little kit full of makeup, and that's everything that I need, and I can jet around town really easily and efficiently with that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Will and I are leaving for Vancouver in about 2 weeks now, which is really exciting. We're going to be there for about 5 weeks, and then we're going from Vancouver to the Caribbean, and we'll be spending a week in St. Martin, and we'll be in Miami as well. So we're gonna be leaving for about 6 weeks in 2 weeks time. So I have a few different videos coming up, like packing for that, and I'm trying to film any videos with stuff that I need at home that I'm not gonna have while I'm away. So keep your eyes up for that. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.